is fighting out of Big Bear, California. Ladies and gentlemen, Scorpio Sky Andrews.
Scorpio Sky Andrews making his debut on this program, but not necessarily in Paragon Pro Wrestling. Had a recent match on Paragon Pro Wrestling On Demand, exclusively on YouTube. An incredible matchup, one-on-one with Caleb Conley. Fans, if you haven't seen it, you gotta go to YouTube and check it out, because this man can indeed crank it.
And his opponent, he is currently residing in Miami, Florida, the Paragon Pro Wrestling Champion, the Paragon, Alex Chamberlain.
Before we get into this match, Scorpio Sky, I know this is the biggest match you've ever had in your career. You're taking on, pound for pound, the greatest world heavyweight champion in all of wrestling. I have a message that I've just received from my private investigator, and I have reason to believe that Jesse Sorensen and Wes Briscoe were behind my kidnapping a couple weeks back. I've addressed this to the Paragon office. It will be investigated, but I still think it's a crime that those two were allowed to compete tonight on the same show as your Paragon. Justice will be swift, justice will be served, and your Paragon can continue his mission to guide your pathetic lives into some actual meaning. And as I tell each and every one of you, you are welcome from your Paragon.
Well, Scorpio Sky gonna get the jump on the Paragon, and the title is on the line. And that is the business at hand right now for Chamberlain, but I certainly hope he finds his masked kidnappers, his assailants.
Well, so do I. Justice should be served. Justice should be swift.
You gotta be kidding me.
What an opportunity for Scorpio Sky. You said it when he was coming out, made his debut on Paragon On Demand on YouTube. Folks, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Paragon PW. It's all of our social media at Paragon PW. And be sure to visit our website, ParagonProWrestling.com, for special subscriptions, for backstage information, for newsletters, for merchandise, for everything Paragon Pro Wrestling. Visit us online at ParagonProWrestling.com.
Bell sounds, and now we've got an official matchup. Title on the line. Scorpio Sky Andrews, an incredible athlete, high elevation training in Big Bear, California. He has competed not only in the squared circle of professional wrestling, but inside the MMA cage with great success as well. So although Chamberlain can say this is the biggest match of his career, and it certainly could be with the Paragon title on the line, he's been in big fights. And speaking of Chamberlain opening his mouth, if I look back at history, you gotta be kidding me. He fought Sorensen. Those masked men came, attacked only Sorensen. Chamberlain faced Briscoe as Scorpio Sky looks to make history. Chamberlain faced Briscoe. Those masked men were on the scene. They attacked Briscoe, and in reviewing the footage, helped Chamberlain get away and get into that van. So how on earth could Sorensen and Briscoe be behind those attacks? Jeff Aiken is speechless.
Yeah, no, there's a cover going on. Scorpio Sky close to becoming the Paragon Pro Wrestling Champion. I was trying to watch the match right there. Instead of listening to you spin these yarns of conspiracy, you're making some huge assumptions, some big leaps, Todd Kennelly. You're just assuming those masked men were the same time and time again. You're assuming they weren't bought off by Sorensen and Briscoe to kidnap the Paragon. We've seen it before. Can't defend your title for so long. They strip you of it. They put it up in a tournament.
You better be ready. You know what? I'm going to cut you off right there. You can talk about spinning a yarn. You can spin it somewhere else. Chamberlain has got to do one thing, and that's defend the title here tonight against a great up-and-coming newcomer. Proof positive how the biggest stars, some of the best athletes in all of pro wrestling are coming right here to Paragon. And Sorensen, Briscoe, you can talk about that another day. They're having a pool party. Right now, the fact is that Scorpio Sky Andrews is here, and he's trying to make a beeline right to the top by winning the title.
Well, he made a beeline right for that cold hardwood. You know, such a change in style. We've seen Chamberlain take on some big competitors in Gangrel, Wes Briscoe, but Scorpio Sky Andrews has a style unlike anyone else that Chamberlain has ever met. We're going to have to see Chamberlain really dig deep into his toolbox if he wants to put Scorpio Sky away.
But Chamberlain, when everything is on the line, when the title is on the line, he somehow rises to the occasion. We saw him defeat Gangrel with his own hold, the Impaler DDT, but he's in there with a big threat in Scorpio Sky. Sky's a good striker. He can submission wrestle as well. And now Chamberlain using his power game after the slam into the cover, and he's going to try and ground Scorpio Sky Andrews, you got to believe.
And once again, Chamberlain doing it on his own. He got to the Paragon Pro Wrestling Championship with his loyal, trusty steed and his handmaiden and anybody else in his corner. Here he is by himself, one-on-one with Scorpio Sky Andrews.
He's got him in a bad way here with the surfboard. Well, yeah, you talk about the handmaiden, the steed. Oh, did you forget about his two masked assassins?
Alleged masked thugs. Look at you already convicting people. I mean, innocent until proven guilty. Come on. You're almost anti-American right now, Todd Kennelly.
I'm certainly not anti-Scorpio Sky Andrews, though, but he finds himself in a bad way, counters into the lateral press, and that hand was coming down for three. Scorpio Sky Andrews almost caught the Paragon napping.
You can see very intentionally slowing down the pace of this matchup, letting Scorpio Sky Andrews feel that impact while he lays there on the mat. Chamberlain all but stalking the challenger.
Scorpio hasn't been the same since that big backbreaker, one of the favorites of the champion. Chamberlain really drives that knee almost right through the spine. And this guy's gonna need a lot of torque in those legs because he's got an arsenal of kicks. Well, and using his body as a weapon, he runs into the champion twice and comes through there. I'm not sure who got the worst of that. I think Chamberlain was looking for a knee to the midsection. Sky maybe trying to fly through and roll up. Neither man really successful, but the champion has the upper hand.
I mean, Scorpio Sky Andrews, you said it, using his body as a weapon. His head is a battering ram. And very interesting, I think, goes to his experience in the cage in the mixed martial arts arena. Not necessarily trying to take Chamberlain off of his feet, but I think just trying to damage his midsection, going in for the solar plexus, maybe trying to knock the wind out of the champ.
I hope he knocks some wind out of the champ. Then we won't hear any of these ridiculous claims that he makes. Look at Andrews, snaps off the beautiful Hurricane Rana. Andrews digging down deep and picking up the pace. But again, the champion is so physical, but then we see the lethal pinpoint striking. He rocked the champion. The champion is out. Can he answer? Chamberlain, it took everything he had to kick out of that.
Finds a way out, but the damage done. Chamberlain so slow, getting back to his knees, and look at Andrews up quick. Todd Kennelly, he has his eyes on the prize.
He didn't have the strength. The champion too big. I've seen Scorpio Sky. He calls it the ace of spades. Usually drives you face first into the canvas. That's the beginning and the end, but it is also not only the size of the champion, but the residual damage caused by Chamberlain as we look back to that backbreaker.
That lower back right there. It takes away all of his fulcrum, all of his strength. Scorpio Sky now paying such a price. Stuck on the mat, and that is such a dangerous position when you're in there with the Paragon.
Chamberlain now piling it on. After the backbreaker earlier, now the big belly-to-back suplex, driving the challenger down, and Scorpio Sky just able to try and shrug his way out of that cover. But the challenger is in deep deep trouble right now. The physicality of the champion is taking an extreme toll.
Folks, we want to hear what you think about this as well. Scorpio Sky Andrews making an impressive challenge right now, pulling out all the stops. But catch us on social media, Paragon PW, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, ParagonProWrestling.com.
Earlier, Andrews was trying, hold on, as the champion now, just smothering challenger. Andrews earlier went for that battering ram. He's trying to knock down that castle wall of the Paragon. Could you imagine if history is made here in this title matchup? And Sky will indeed do just that. He'll skyrocket all the way to the top.
Just this opportunity alone is absolutely incredible. But look, you talked about the pinpoint accuracy of Scorpio Sky's strikes. Look at the laser accuracy of the Paragon Alex Chamberlain as he's focused on the small of the back of Scorpio Sky Andrews.
Sky calling on his experience as a fighter, just trying to cover up there in the corner, but there's going to be no surcease in the offense, the onslaught of the Paragon. Chamberlain just might be that good. When the chips are on the table, good luck taking that title. Look at the athleticism of the challenger. Does he have enough? Can he get the leverage? You want to talk fulcrum. There it is, into the full cover. Oh, man, that was close. Oh, my goodness.
It doesn't get any closer than that, and Chamberlain looking to put an exclamation point, trying to show that that was a fluke, but Scorpio Sky was so close. Could you imagine if he won the championship on his first match here on Paragon Pro Wrestling?
Scorpio Sky almost hit the biggest jackpot ever, perhaps, here in Las Vegas, Nevada. But history not made, not yet. But the challenger finds himself perched here again, but will he find himself perched on top of the Paragon Mountain here? Can he win the title?
The spot Scorpio Sky Andrews is very comfortable in.
Big elbow drop off the top, trying to drive it right through the heart of Chamberlain. He's crawling. This could do it. History about to be made. The hand goes, there's one, there's two, and again, a fraction of an inch away from that hand coming down for three, Jeff Aiken. Scorpio Sky giving a hell of a fight here, a heck of a showing for himself. This is his debut in a title matchup. Upstairs, another lethal strike. The champ is rocked. He is out.
It doesn't get any closer. Three times, just a hair's breadth away from becoming the Paragon Pro Wrestling Champion.
Chamberlain is no stranger to lethal strikes. It was the X'd out by James Riley that put him down in that big 8-man tag. Scorpio Sky with a lethal flying knee, but oh, he got turned inside out. Take a helicopter ride to the Grand Canyon. He just got helicoptered by the lariat of Chamberlain. Champion and challenger are down in this match. It continues. If Chamberlain could have made the cover, he would have retained, you gotta believe.
It all comes down to who can get up first. All they need to do is drape an arm over their opponent, and we will have a victor in this matchup.
Scorpio Sky Andrews is making Chamberlain be a fighting champion here tonight because the champ is in one heck of a fight.
Welcome to Paragon Pro Wrestling, Scorpio Sky Andrews.
Yeah, well, it's been a heck of a welcome. It'll be an even sweeter welcome if he can win the title. I don't know if the champion, I don't know if Chamberlain has an answer to the riddle that is Scorpio Sky Andrews. Look at this athleticism! A hurricane From a standing position, he leapt up. Think of the vertical leap if he could have put him away, Jeff.
If he would have stayed in the ring, if Chamberlain didn't have the wherewithal to roll at the outside, we'd be looking at a new Paragon Pro Wrestling champion, but Chamberlain did, and he's on the outside, and this match continues.
And I hate to agree with you there, but that was veteran instincts. When you're running on empty, instincts take over. How Chamberlain had the wherewithal, I don't know, but there you see it again, and Sky goes high risk, and this time it doesn't look like it's gonna pay off.
It's all or nothing when you play high stakes. And look at that DDT off of the top rope.
That's how he put away Gangrel, but this was an ultimate impaler. And Chamberlain.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and still Paragon Pro Wrestling Champion, the Paragon, Alex Chamberlain.
Chamberlain escapes with the title. He was in severe jeopardy here. We talked about the trifecta of title matches, and that man, Scorpio Sky Andrews, almost scored the hugest jackpot of his career. How close was that?
Chamberlain has never been so close to losing the Paragon Pro Wrestling Championship as he was right here tonight with Scorpio Sky.
In a losing effort, the stock of Scorpio Sky Andrews through the roof. What a performance. How good was Andrews, but how good is the champion, the Paragon? It took a DDT off the top.
He had to spike him into the mat. He is stumbling to the back. Chamberlain all but spent. Todd Kennelly, we saw two incredible competitors leave it all in the Paragon Pro Wrestling ring tonight.